Welcome back to the channel. Ooh, god damn, I haven't done Reddit in a minute. I know Reddit's oversaturated, so I'm trying to like spread this shit out, and I never try to do the same what's it called? R slash whatever this thing subreddit. I never try to do the same subreddit every time. I like switching it up. And today we are on Today I Fucked Up. Today I fucked up. So we're just gonna I just the same shit I do every time. We go top this week and we just click on whatever clickbait title that we like the most. But before we get into it, make sure you like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Hypnotize. All right, let's get into it. TIFU by inadvertently bullying a guy for 4 years in high school with a Marvel nickname. How can you inadvertently bully somebody? We'll see. TIFU by getting caught using the toilet, the optimum. Okay, I want to see what the optimal way is. Spicy ramen when my period was due. Do I care? I don't care. Leaving my apartment for 10 minutes while cooking. Fire. Okay. By spending an entire haircut thinking the barber was flirting with a 12-year-old. I don't care about that. Convincing my neighbor. Okay, hold on, actually, I care about that, and I care about this one, and I care about this one too. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna check all of them by faking us and having a girl like it, eating too many bananas. Oh my God! All right. We gotta go. We gotta go. First up, today I fucked up by inadvertently bullying a guy for 4 years in high school with the Marvel nickname. The question for us today, was it inadvertent or is this guy just a piece of shit and he's lying? This didn't happen today, but the realization still hits me with a wave of pure cringe whenever I think about it. Back in high school, the 90s, old ass nigga, I knew a kid named David Barnes. Why the fuck Full Govey? Why the fuck Full Govey? Explain to me, Full Govey, you're a 30-year-old man. Why Full Govey? Being a full, being a fan of comic books, my brain immediately connected his name to Bucky Barnes, Captain America's sidekick slash the Winter Soldier. So I started calling him Bucky. I used it as a friendly nickname for years. Every time I saw him in the halls, it was "Hey Bucky," or "What's up, Bucky?" He never got, he never pushed back, but got visibly upset. Okay, let's add one plus one, you dumbass. If you thought it was a friendly nickname and the bro got visibly upset, he never pushed back, got visibly upset, or told me to stop. Oh, hold on, my fault. Let me back up. He never pushed back, got visibly upset, or told me to stop. That's why you need reading comprehension, folks. Don't just get mad. Understand before you read, or understand after you read. So I just assumed he was cool with it and got the reference. Fast forward to graduation day and we're hanging out, and for some reason it occurred to me that I had been using this nickname for 4 years straight without ever confirming if he actually knew why I called him that. I turned to him and I asked, "Hey, you know why I've been calling you Bucky all this time?" He looked at me and said, "Yeah, because of my buck teeth." Dude, that's crazy work. That's crazy. Bro, nigga called me Bucky because I, bro. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I got buck teeth too, bro. You're not alone, big bro. Me and you, big bro. Me and you, big bro. We taking over the world, big bro. And even if I do get rich, I promise you I'm not fixing this shit. On God, I'm not. I used it as a friendly nickname for years. Every time I saw him in the halls, I was like, oh, where was I? Hey, you know why I've been called? I turned to him. He never knew why. He looked at me. He said, "Yeah, because of my buck teeth." My heart sank. It turned out he had no idea who Bucky Barnes was. For 4 years, this poor guy thought I was relentlessly mocking his physical appearance every day, and he just accepted it. That's crazy. Yeah, you're a fucking nerd. Oh my god! Oh! Hold on. Nigga, nigga, this nigga right here. That's this nigga right here. That's this nigga right here, bro. That's this nigga right here, bro. God damn. Hold on. Open image in a new tab. That's this nigga right here, bro. That's this nigga right here, bro. He's calling somebody a nerd, but you dead ass the nerd, bro. In the 90s, knowing Bucky Barnes is crazy. In the 90s. So that means this nigga was a nerd, and the other nigga's a nerd too. So you both, y'all niggas should have just hung out. Next up. Today I fucked up by getting caught using the toilet the optimal way. Optimal way of using the toilet. Sitting down. Maybe sideways? I don't know. Well, what's the optimal way? A few years ago, I came across a curious item in a friend's bathroom. One of those little stools to prop yourself up in a squatting position. After clumsily propping myself up on it, I gave it a minute, and safe to say, it felt like my whole life I'd been defecating half-assed. Since then, I have yet to sit down to poop. If a toilet doesn't have a bidet and a stool, I usually hold it or find a way to make do, wet wipes and a hammer squat on the toilet itself. Fast forward to me pooping at my girlfriend's for the first time, I noticed that she is yet to be enlightened on the excretion essentials and her toilet is lacking the stool. No matter, I decided to squat on the toilet itself as I've grown accustomed to it. I didn't. Wait. He puts his feet on the toilet seat and then squats down? That's fucking disgusting. No matter, I did. Oh! Wait! That's so disgusting. I decided to squat, and then I've grown. I didn't expect her to come in the bathroom since we were watching a show in another room, but she needed to get something from the medicine cabinet. We make eye contact, and I feel like my heart is going to be the next thing plopping out of my ass. What are you doing? I have to explain this is the way that humans are meant to shit, but the knowledge is lost in the sea. Can my relationship survive this? Hope yo, if she fuck with you after that, she cool as a bitch. Birdman. I walked in on my roommate doing this 2 decades ago. I thought it was the weirdest thing, but he's Indian though. They've known this forever, and I've only realized it recently. Now I do the same, but I got to tell you, it's weird to be unenlightened. This is crazy work. This is crazy work. I think a relationship could survive. This is a cool story though. Today I fucked up by leaving my apartment for 10 whole minutes while cooking. 10 minutes while cooking. Can you leave something on the stove? No, you can't. You leave something, I think the optimal amount of time you can leave something on the stove is 2 minutes. Anything over two, like even going to another room. Like if I put some shit on my kitchen now and I leave for 2 minutes, I think that's fine. But I may come back to this bitch smoked up, you know? So 2 minutes is, I think more than 2 minutes is crazy work. 10 whole fucking minutes is crazy. Making dinner last night, realized halfway through I forgot to buy Parmesan. Groceries literally across the street. Instead of turning everything off like a normal person, I lowered the heat, left the stove simmering, and ran over there. I was gone maybe 10 minutes, came back to the fire alarm going insane, and two of my neighbors standing in the hallway because my apartment was full of smoke. Apparently sauce had boiled over, hit the burning, and started smoking like crazy. Nothing actually caught on fire, but the entire place smelled awful, and the building manager had to come up because somebody called him. Now I have a nice warning about leaving cooking unattended, and I'm probably gonna have to replace the pan. Setting my kitchen on fire over a $5 block of Parmesan feels especially stupid. The Parmesan wasn't even worth it, obviously. I won't even go in the backyard. Facts. 2 minutes is the max. I think even 2 minutes you're pushing it. Damn, that's crazy, bro. Yo, I just imagine, right? Because my apartment and like the store is way too far. It's not a 10 minute shit. It's not even a walk. Like I'd have to drive. It'd be like maybe 20 minute like turnaround. It wouldn't be that long, but it would still be 20 minutes. At that point, low key, if I was you, I would lower my shit on simmering, and then I would order Parmesan off Uber Eats or DoorDash. It would take 30 minutes, but either that or I'd stop the food, you know? Or I just wouldn't use Parmesan. Is there any other cheese? Come on, big bro. Damn, that's tough though. Next up, today I fucked up by spending an entire haircut in pure horror thinking a barber was flirting with 12-year-old me. This has to be the dumbest shit ever on planet Earth. Obligatory, this happened a decade ago, not today. It's peak during Snapchat. I'm 12 years old, sitting in the chair at the barbershop while my dad gets a haircut, holding up my phone to take a mirror selfie. Through my screen, I noticed something weird. The young barber working a few feet away is looking directly at me. I zoomed in on his face to see he was actually looking at me, and not only is he staring, he's actually putting on a show, smirking at me, running his hands through his hair, being all nonchalant looking. I panicked, dropped my phone in my lap, and spent the rest of the time sweating, wondering why this guy is trying to act cute for a kid. My dad actually finished pay. I turned around and grabbed my things in my brain. The entire back wall was a massive wall-to-wall mirror. This man was actually posing. Is there inspection? Because he thought a random 12-year-old was taking paparazzi photos of him. All right, this is actually the dumbest shit ever. Let's close that out. So today I fucked up. That's a stupid ass story. That was lame as fuck. Who cares? Like literally. Uh, Today I fucked up by accidentally convincing my neighbor I was moving out. I live in an apartment building where everyone is friendly enough, but nobody really talks. beyond the usual elevator hello. For the past month, I've been slowly getting rid of random stuff I don't use. Old chair, microwaves, shelves, box of clothes. Instead of throwing everything away, I've been listing it on Marketplace for like $10 to $30. Paying my neighbor across the hall noticed strange constantly showing up, handing me cash, and leaving with pieces of my apartment. Yesterday, I was taking a small desk downstairs when she stopped me and quietly asked if everything was okay. I said, yeah. I said, why? I said, yeah, why? She goes, you know, you don't have to be embarrassed if you're having financial problems. Yesterday, I was taking a small desk downstairs, quietly asked me if everything was okay. I said, yeah, why? You know, you don't have to be embarrassed if you're having financial problems. Okay, first of all, two things. Let me go full camp. I gotta go full camp. Apparently everybody in this apartment complex is elevator friendly and saying hello and whatnot. How dare, how dare you ask me if everything's okay and I do say yeah, and then you say you don't have to be embarrassed if you're having financial problems. First of all, bitch, who the fuck are you? Who in the world are you? On God, like niggas just get. This had to be a white woman. I'm stereotyping crazy, but what the fuck? What do you mean you don't have to be embarrassed if you have financial problems? Who are you to assume my situation? Who are you? Huh? Who are you to assume my financial situation? And then just assume that I'm living bad, and then it's just like you don't have to be embarrassed, bitch. Oh, that would have pissed me smooth off. I thought she was joking. She wasn't joking. Turns out she thought I had lost. Hold on. Turns out she thought I had lost my job and was slowly selling all my belongings before moving out. She had apparently even mentioned it to another neighbor, and they were debating whether to offer me groceries would be insulting. Instead of immediately explaining, like a normal person, I got nervous. No, 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 I'm actually doing pretty good financially. Which sounds exactly like someone doing terrible. So now I've explained. I'm pretty sure I have my four things. I'm one miss rent payment away from disappearing. It's cool neighbors, but like, bro, like, get off my dick and stop worrying about me, bruh. Think about neighbors is like getting to know your neighbors isn't like crazy, but like I don't like living next to know somebody and they know you. It's like, bro, what if they niggas want to hang out every day? You're like, I don't want to hang out, and they be like, why? I got shit to do, and you just at home and you can't like get out of it. That's the only reason why I don't really like fucking hanging out with the neighbors like that. Today I fucked up by eating the spicy ramen when my period. What could have possibly happened? Diarrhea? After a long week of work and being premenstrual, I decided to make easy comfort dinner of the spicy bulldog noodle variety at the time. It was satisfyingly delicious, tingly experience. This morning, not so much. The cat woke me up at 6 a.m. with their usual underhanded tactics, biting or batting hair clips across the room, rummaging in my jewelry box, paw in mouth. Despite having some extreme or expected cramping, I was for a moment in blissful ignorance, forgetting I had such a fiery feast the night before. Standing up, however, I'm immediately hit with what I've. Damn, this bit. Damn, all this for spicy ramen? Alright, let's get it. Alright, we're gonna have to read crazy now. I'm immediately hit with what I've heard variously referred to as a shooty bum pain, bum lightning, and the more sticking, yep, when you have. Oh, I know exactly what this is. Like many women, this is an unusual experience for me at this monthly juncture, but this time it's accompanied by an unexpected urgent gurgling. My cat meows impatiently with eyes full. What the fuck, mother? Because I'm just standing there calculating my next move rather than making haste with her ladyship's breakfast. I managed to whisper out apology and divert to the ramen. I don't need to, but period having people may be familiar what it does to the pipes on a normal, non-spicy day. When it seems to be over, I splash my clammy face with water, and finally to get to making my princess's most important meal of the day. She had been howling outside the door, but I didn't think she'd enjoy it this much. I usually let her in to writhe at my feet, but I didn't think she'd enjoy it much this time, and is monitoring my every move with steely gaze to ensure I don't stray further out of her usually strict schedule. I barely get to 10. This person is British. I barely get the tin of tasty ocean fish and broth open when it happens. I feel the rage in her eyes burning in the back of my head as I sprint back up the stairs. Please say this is the last installment. When my breakfast making finally resumes, rather than being her yappy self, she is now sitting in disappointed silence. If cats could awfully fold their arms, she would have. She seems to forgive me though when she gets to tuck in at last to her fishy feast. with some brown rocks on the side, and I rarely return to my bedchamber. A very sweet part of weekend routine is that she comes up and is struggling in with me after her breakfast, and here she is settled down for a nice long line in with my mother, which is usually our favorite part of the day. God damn, this is way too long. I do not give a fuck. This is way too long. I really don't give a fuck. Holy shit. I stopped caring you know what I realized I stopped caring? Halfway through I was reading, I wasn't reading. I was just reading. I wasn't even reading, I was reading. I wasn't understanding what I was reading. I was just reading to get to the next sentence. But this is today I fucked up. If you like the video, like the video. I think we had a couple of good ones in there. Couple of good stories as usual, but you know, it is what it is. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna keep uploading more and more and more and more and more. Make sure you're looking forward to more of my uploads. Subscribe, man. Subscribe, man. Subscribe.